Hi, and welcome to the Magical Living Open House. I'm your host, Patricia Tallman, and my special guest right now is Ellen Whiteside Lava. How do you say that?
Well, that is unfortunately it should just be Ellen Whiteside.
I thought so, Ellen Whiteside, but it also
Yeah, it
says
has to be.
Lava on the end.
I tried to rename it and it wouldn't let me do it on the. So I
Oh,
don't know. It's,
funny.
it's the beginning of my email address is love, abundance, and joy, and somehow it got hooked up with that.
Oh, but I love that because you are a lover. So
Love.
that, let me tell you just a little bit about Ellen. Um, Ellen owns the Sacred Grove Retreat Center. She also hosts a radio show, Mindset and Miracles, on WDRBmedia.com and is a DreamBuilder coach. I'm going to put her links in the show notes so that you can go and see all of these things that Ellen is doing. She's been studying metaphysical principles for over 50 years and empowers others to live with purpose, align with their vision, and turn their dreams into a reality. Sounds like a dream just going to your retreat center. I can't wait to talk about this. Thanks, Ellen, for being here.
Thank you, Patricia. I'm grateful to be here.
So, how did you come to own a retreat center? That's a big commitment.
It was a serendipitous thing,
Well, the
and
best things are.
of course. So I had been in Portland, Oregon for 22 years. What really started me on my major soul journey was I hitchhiked in Europe for a year, and that started me on an entrepreneurial basis of knowing that I needed to have time off to have a life and not
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
stuff was not going to make me happy. And so I eventually moved to Portland, Oregon. I was there 22 years and then I moved back. And when I got back, I'd been a massage therapist for 15 years at that point, and I went to a quantum touch workshop. And at the end of the workshop, there was a guy in the class who looked like a complete construction worker, looked completely out of sorts. And so for some reason, there was a connection. And at the end of that workshop, I looked over at him and he had literally, they were like sparkler head. There were white lights just sparkling all over his head. And I was like, what? So I was like, okay, universe, evidently I need a light show to pay attention. I'm paying attention. So I called him before he got home and I told him about it. I said, I've never seen anybody with white lights sparkling all over their head.
Hmm.
So there's something between us. We need to check it out. So basically, we got together. He lived an hour away from me at the time. We got together that following Wednesday for a coffee, following Friday for dinner. He declared that he loved me after dinner that evening, and we were in relationship, and I felt the same for him. It was in my DNA to love this person.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so we were like, okay, we're definitely brought together for something special. We're together, we're in relationship. What are we going to create? At that point in time, he was studying with the person who owned Sacred Grove Retreat Center, and he was his mentor. And Tim was an amazing hands-on healer. And so he was studying under Dr. D, who was a naturopath. And I was supposed to go and do massage. Tim was going to do energy work, and we were supposed to go work for him. And then he died. He moved his practice out to Sacred Grove from Charlotte and died of a heart attack. So we tried helping his wife for a year, find somebody to take over
Hmm.
his practice. Didn't happen. My parents died. I had inheritance money, and it was like bada bing. So
Wow.
I know I was meant to be there. I've been there 19 years now. And I know that I'm a very big believer in past lives. I know I was there in a past life. I know I was brought back there. And I just feel like I'm the caretaker, the steward of the land to keep it sacred and safe.
Wow. Talk about having a purpose and a mission and having it be so clear.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I just want to share real quick. My husband and I have known each other for over 50 years. We didn't get together until the end of 2018. And
Uh-huh.
we went to school together. And so we knew each other as kids. And we were at a party as with friends, you know. And he said he walked into this party. I hadn't even seen him yet. And he said, you just glowed. You glowed. You had a glow around you. So that's
Wow.
why I mentioned it because of what you just said.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, energy is so powerful,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that attraction, that the pheromone energy or whatever that we are attracted to each other can be so absolutely overwhelming. When this happened, I thought, well, this is what real love is like then, that there's just this instant, like a knowing, there's no questioning, there's no, let me get to know you. It was just instantly of like, boom, I love you. What are we going to do together? It was weird. I mean, it was,
It is very weird. I love how you said, what are we going to create together?
yeah.
What are we going to, we're meant to be together. So what are we going to create together? What is this relationship going to be
Yeah.
in the
Why were we
world?
brought together? We
Wow.
evidently were brought together for something because of that. And
Wow. Honestly,
yeah.
that's that. I've never heard it put that way. And I think that is so beautiful. Wish we could all do that a little better. Just what could we create together? I'm looking at your
Yeah.
retreat center, or I
Hmm.
just pulled up your page, and my internet's going really, really slow because it doesn't like to participate when I've got Zoom going on. So maybe we'll just talk about it. You can tell
Yeah.
me about it instead of
I
me
can tell you
looking at it.
about it. And my website's under construction, so I'm hoping it's working okay. And it could be, something glitchy. I don't know. I have it. It's all being worked on. I think it's okay.
No, it's just Zoom. It's Zoom. I'm sure it's fine, but
I can tell you, I have what I have as far as I can probably host if everything is rented, I can host up to 25 people.
lovely.
So
Mm.
the primary retreat house has 16 beds in it. And so a lot of times, most of the retreats I have, which for me, I like small, intimate retreats better
Hmm.
than, I like 9 or 10 people or less personally for a retreat,
Hmm.
to really create connection and bonding. The primary house sleeps up to 16. It's a modern 2-story house. There upstairs is dorm style. So there's two of the rooms upstairs. There's 5 beds on each side. And then downstairs, there's 3 bedrooms with 2 beds in each room.
Hmm.
And then there's a hand-built log home that the previous couple lived in it's a 3-bedroom house that has, there are 8 beds in that house, 2 queens and 4 twins, what can sleep up to 8 people. And then I have some yurts and a cabin that I rent out as well. And I have outdoor showers, composting toilets. So it's more rustic than being 5-star.
Okay.
And there's a vortex on the property. So there's a whole sitting area, which is basically the sacred grove of trees were planted around the vortex. There's a meditation labyrinth, and I'm on 11 acres. There's hiking trails, and there's no light pollution, which is lovely. So you
Oh,
really see the stars at night.
where is this?
It's I'm an hour northeast of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm in the country, and I'm off of a gravel road. So it's just really, it's such a peace and quiet place.
One of the questions that comes up when I am launching a retreat, when I'm announcing it, is why go on a retreat? Just that. What is it about a retreat that's different than a group that's traveling together?
Right.
How would you,
I think
what would you think of that?
for me personally, I think when you're on retreat, once you get there and you just settle into like, okay, I'm here. I'm just going to be here. I'm going to get the most out of it. I'm going to connect with all of these beautiful beings. And we're all brought here at this magical time together. I completely know that whoever shows up is always who's supposed to be there. And so it always, to me, I have seen people create such deep connections so quickly when they just
Wow.
surrender. And it's really about surrendering and trusting that you made the right decision to be at a retreat. And to really, to me, a good retreat includes really good food, because people are going to
Mm.
remember food. That is one thing that people are always going to
And
remember.
yeah, I think you need to have really good food.
You
Yeah.
have to have really good food, and different experiences that open people's
Hmm.
minds so they have some transformation. A friend and I do a women's empowerment retreat that we call Empower and Elevate, and we have some processes that we do to have people break through and open up and maybe have aha moments that they haven't had before.
When you do a retreat, how do you feel like you bring in the right group when you're doing your own retreat?
I just trust.
Okay.
I trust that everything is a vibrational alignment. So whoever's going to resonate with what we're offering it has always been magical. It's always been the perfect people show up. It's just, and they can be from all different, completely different walks of life. And yet by the end of the retreat, the connections that everyone has are so powerful, and that it creates bonding on a very deep level.
It sounds like your retreat center is pretty self-contained. Like you have a lot of things that you can do just right there and be together, labyrinth, be in the grove of trees and in the vortex. Is there something that other groups have done where they've gone off property?
Well, some actually, what we do with the empowerment, sometimes we'll take people, there's a really nice hiking trail not too far from me. So we might do like, okay, we're going to go and do a silent walk. Like
Yeah.
on
Oh,
this
I love
trail.
that.
We'll do it in silence and see if you find something along the way that has some sort of a meaning to bring back. And then there's a flower farm near me that we've gone to also to pick flowers, and have a group, split them into groups, have them arrange the flowers and see what comes up, because things come up all the time. Like how we do one thing is how we do everything.
Mm. Yeah, well said.
So
Oh,
it really just having people being able to take a minute and really look at, like, how am I leading my life? Does this serve me, this behavior or this belief that I made up a long time ago? And if it doesn't, let it go. Like I know I practice all the time being the observer of myself. I try to just pull myself up and look down and say, well, look what crazy Ellen's doing now. Why would she?
when I find myself caught in a story or a belief, I go, look how creative I am. I just made all that up. That's amazing.
And that the more I can just really, the more I embrace to not take things so seriously and just laugh about it, because nothing is very important in the grand scheme of things. Nothing is that important that I
No.
would be going through, and just like to let it go. Because what I will want to make a mountain of is like, no, I can choose to make a mountain and feel like crap doing it. Or I can go, you know what? I can't do anything about that. I'm going to let it go, and I'm just going to smile about it. And that feels so much better,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I've really been working on. I told you I had this radio show, and
Mhm.
it's a pre-recorded show. And on one of the shows, so I send them the segments, like segment 1 through 4, 4 segments for each show. I didn't listen to it. I'm supposed to listen to it when they send it back all in one form, right?
Uh-huh.
And I forgot to listen to it Memorial Day weekend. And I was like, oh, it's Saturday. Oh, it's a holiday weekend. Oh, my show is Monday at 11. Oh, there won't be anyone in the office until Tuesday. So, I could have gotten like, and they had it out of order. They had the fourth episode, the first episode, the first episode was the last. So, at first I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I was like, there's really nothing you can do. And so what if people listen to it, maybe look at some questions, because it starts off with, so, and I had a friend on, and she says, so Ellen, tell me about these lights that were on Tim's head, and it's like, and people just tuning in would be like, what?
Well, it caught their attention at
It
least.
may have caught their attention. Yeah. So I just like, there's nothing I can do about it. I am
Right.
not I can't go to the radio station. It's just like, it is what it is, and let it go, rather than, because I could easily have gotten all upset, but I'm like, and why?
Because
And
then
why?
it's just upsetting you and you feel
Yeah,
unwell and miserable and nobody else cares.
and nobody else cares. Exactly.
Oh, I need to practice that more and more and more. Well, I wanted to ask you about
Where
when
are you? Where are you, Patricia? Where are
I'm in
you?
Hawaii on the Big Island.
Well, of course you are. Look at those beautiful fish.
Yeah, that's this. I'm embracing it right now.
Where on the Big Island?
Hilo
Okay.
on the rainy side.
I
Yeah.
like Gila. I have
Yeah,
a
I
friend
love
that
Hilo.
she lives in Hawaii,
Uh-huh.
up in the.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I like Javi a lot. Some
Mhm.
really cool art galleries up there in Javi. Well, so obviously people bring their groups to you as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And what have you seen like a particular type of group that does really well at your place? Or maybe it's a better way to say it is,
Yeah, it's like, meditation, yoga, and people that have just personal development groups. I do have
mhm.
a shaman that teaches all of her classes there. We do have a dance arbor, so we have medicine dances that are native in nature. So we have a fire dance, it's called, twice a year. We
Oh,
get people from
wow.
all over doing a medicine dance there. So it's really any type of group to me. We have people that do family reunions. We've had some weddings, that people that want to have a small wedding
Hmm.
in a in a sacred area. And I just think like the gathering space is the yurt. And anyone that wants to do like team building things or thinking out of the box, because to me there's such a magic of being in a round space, because energy gets stuck in corners in square buildings, and in a round
Yeah.
space the energy doesn't get stuck. So thinking of ideas or it's a great place to brainstorm. So a lot of like business retreats can come out for the day. I have some of the universities around will come out and do a brainstorming session with their
Oh.
leadership teams, stuff like that. So I think it's great for anyone, but that's me.
Well, good. I mean, I'm glad you feel so good about your space. It sounds remarkable. It sounds
Yeah.
beautiful. And I love that it's here in the United States because right now people are a little questioning, well, do we dare leave the country and then try to come back in? Why don't we just stay in the country? So it's good to know about local things we can do.
Yeah.
Uh, what's your advice for somebody who wants to put together a group and bring it to your retreat center?
Well, I can say I do everything I can to make sure people have successful retreats. That, and I have a PDF that I send out about how to host a successful retreat, just with some tips and stuff. So that basically, there's so much information between Chat GPT and the world
Well,
that to me is my go-to source instead of Google anymore. If I want to know anything, is like I ask Chat GPT rather than Google about it.
right. That makes
You know,
sense.
and it's like, and all the information is there. I mean, I find out so many good things, like what is like the top thing that I could do to host a retreat that would get people going, yes, I'm coming. I mean, you can ask those questions, and you can design a personalized retreat easily, knowing your skill set, like knowing what you want to amplify to bring out to people.
That's really good advice. I think that also to remember, though, I don't want people to be afraid of AI because nothing's going to replace you.
Yeah,
Nothing's going to replace you. As you can listen to Ellen and you can feel her kindness. And when you love to hang out with Ellen and have Ellen take care of you, that you don't want to go hang out with an AI and have it take care of you. So,
right.
but
Uh,
we need to know about Ellen. So that's the another important piece is you can do all the planning and then make sure you put your heart into it too,
yeah.
so that you attract the people you want to attract.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the most important part, I think, of anything, is to really make sure you authentically are coming out with you, because that's what people are going to be attracted to,
right.
or they're not going to be. And you don't
Which is
want people
fine.
coming who are not
Yeah.
attracted to what you are offering.
Let's
Exactly.
talk about that for a minute because I think it's important to help people who want to run their first retreat and you have AI helping you with all the planning and with all the wording. What about when you get the PETA people, PETA, pain in the ass, people that you don't want at your retreat? So you need to be aware that we do want to weed out the people we don't want to have in there.
It's true. I mean, it's very true, because you can, and luckily it has not happened, but it'd be very easy to get someone into a retreat that could ruin it for everyone.
Mhm.
And so I think luckily we have never had that happen. I will say that. And I think that is the law of attraction method. And it is a possibility. So that's a good question. I don't have a PETA method at the moment.
Well,
I could
you can ask me, friends, you can ask me. I've had a couple, but nothing that broke the retreat. But I've heard stories. And what I love though, Ellen, is you've been doing this for a long time and you haven't had that come up. So you're doing something right, girl.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, you really, really are. And I love the good food part. How do people get good food? Do you have a caterer or how does that work?
Well, I have been using a friend of mine who she's vegan and she makes these Buddha bowls. Do you know what
Mm,
Buddha bowls are?
sure.
They're
Mm-hmm.
so delicious. And that's my favorite. So of course, I want her to make my favorite food.
Mm-hmm.
But everything she makes is just,
Oh,
is
really?
mouth, your mouth just waters and drops. And yeah,
Mm.
she's just such a great cook. And whatever she comes up with is just delightful and
So there
healthy
you go. I mean,
and
you're
healthy, healthy,
unhealthy.
healthy
And I
food.
think for spiritual focused retreats, it's really nice to be in a higher vibration when it comes to food. And so you're not weighed down with the meat and alcohol. You're doing something really,
And
really
I
good.
mean, it's so made with love. You get
Mm.
nurtured by it as
Oh,
well.
that's good. I
Yeah,
was at a retreat once and the kitchen staff were singing and you could hear them singing and it was like, oh, I can't wait I don't care what it is. Just the fact they're singing, making it, it's going to be wonderful. It always was.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ellen.
Thank
I'm
you.
really, now I'm very curious. I can't wait to look at your website and share you with my retreat building groups.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to speaking with you again sometime. I love this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now all of you know about Ellen too, and you can start thinking about how you can bring a group to a retreat center at Ellen's.
Yay.
All right, see you again.